portraits in their home that they're doing it personally. Will they do it for you? Will you ask that? You know, ask around, who does your giclées? Because the commercial ones, they have to pay rent. They have to pay salaries and insurance for everybody. If you can find somebody that does it in-house, and a lot of artists already do it, will they do it for you? And you'll get a much better price. But basically, I would start, and that's a very good point, with giclées. Again, see what the market will bear. All giclées need a mat. So you can't go to your lovely frame store and get a mat for inspiration. Remember we talked about people bringing home a piece of Hawaii with them? What's your philosophy of the work that you're doing? What are you trying to say? How will you say it? And all of a sudden, they like what they see. They turn it around. They see the price point. Okay, it's $90. It's in a nice archival mat, which you're paying $2.25 for. It's in a sleeve. And then there's this lovely, which you will print in-house with your printer. You recognize Volcano Artist, always use Kauai Artist, has lived in Hawaii creating fresh and innovative work for over 30 years. So all of a sudden I'm established, even though it's not true. Okay, I'll go on. See what's happening? And this is no frills. You can see some of them that are really artists. What does that mean? Everybody in their brother is an artist. Sometimes what will help, because that means nothing now. It really doesn't. Yeah, I'm an artist and my work is crap, but I'm an artist, right? So that means nothing. What will help sometimes, especially if you're in an urban situation, and I hate this when they say, what do you do? This is a New York thing. Yeah. I never ask people what they do. I have friends I've known for 20 years, I don't know what they do. But we're friends. You know, we have a connection and we share we share rummaging, because I'm a big rummager, or etc. like that. You can use the word, what am I? I'm a professional artist. Does that help? That means, okay, or I'm a landscape artist, or I work in pastels. And so right away you've got a little more hook on there, which is important. So that's really good. And that story we spoke about, it's most important to mention where your inspiration comes from. No problem here. No problem here. But look around, you can't just say these days, oh, well, the sunsets of Kauai or the polys of Kauai. No. You have to, get that writer in you. Or the poem that you've read. It could be a poem that describes your work. Isn't that beautiful? Think about that. The words have meaning and power. So use that, etc. And then look, again, it's your homework, look at what other people are writing about it. Yeah, we could talk about the authenticity of the giclée, etc. That it's archival. Open editions and limited editions. Let's talk about that. An open edition is going to be a lot less. That means you can print them all day long. And that's why the price is $35 at the gallery. If it's a limited edition, it should be no more. Well, giclées, what's so lovely about giclées, unlike the old days where you had to have them all printed to get a better price, giclées you can only have 3 done at a time, or 2 done at a time, and then you call your printer and you say, I need 6 more for this gallery, 3 more as they sell. That way you don't have, all that outlay of money, because this is an expensive hobby.
So you're looking at
yes.
the basis for a limited edition. Are you talking about 100 or 500?
I'm talking about that. I'm talking about 100. That's a lot of prints. But if they're going for $250, that's not a whole lot of prints. But if you're doing tons of them, that's it's a funny question in terms of editions. Open edition, no problem. The price goes right down. Are they signed or unsigned? Then the price really goes down. Your signature is very important.
Well, what if your signature is part of the print?
It shouldn't be.
Oh.
Tell those people to take it off the print and you'll sign it. If it's an open edition like this is, I think I even signed this, but this is not even a Giclée. This is $20 in my gallery. It's a collage that I did. I don't like the gold print, but it's just I threw it in, etc. You could pass it around. That's almost, but somebody that likes your work, they can't afford this. Remember I told you about the cards?
Someone emailed me about that. They could get a silk screen, and I said, well, Giclée is kind of the word people are using now, and if I decide to do a limited edition, I'll let you know. They said they had no problems with the price, but they couldn't.
Well, your signature adds more value, doesn't it? Wouldn't you like an original? You know, this is not an original, but it's a signed print. Brad Lewis, a very renowned photographer, signs all his little, you know, with the gold pen and with the black mat. He's got it. His house is paid for. So if that's what it's going to take, etc.
So you're saying a limited edition of 100. I'm just curious about Giclée. So
100.
And if you had a signed limited edition, then it would still be 100. And how would you vary the price accordingly?
I would lower the edition. That makes it more valuable. If there's only 50 of them, and then there's the artist proof, that adds a few more to that.
You can run those forever, come on.
Okay.
I wondered about that.
I have friends that
Like
print
if it's not signed or numbered, it'd be maybe 35.
On an 8x10 frame, in a Mac, I've seen them, and you have too, in galleries for $20. $20 on up. How about that? No, we're talking about an open edition unnumbered.
Okay, but if that's
Yeah.
how much it would be, then how much would the same thing be signed and numbered?
You would add 65 on up. Does everybody get that?
Wait, no, we
$65.
lost it.
Oh, I lost you?
Yeah, I don't do numbers. Very well.
65%.
Judith, will you talk to her?
I don't do numbers either. Well, I think the question for me is, are you talking percent or dollars? You said I got 60.
No, I'm talking dollars.
What was
I'm
the
talking
base
retail.
dollar amount though? I mean, just so I know what you're comparing to what?
20 versus 65.
20 to 65?
20 versus 65.
If it's an, okay, let me make it simple. If it's an open edition, 8x10 in a little mat, it's $20 retail. That means you get 10. You pay $1.25 for that print. Okay, that's what you pay for it. So there's some profit margin. The only way, excuse me,
The mat, too, that costs.
the mat is $1 or less. If you not with our friend, but you go online. What makes the money on that one is volume. You make volume. That's your bread and butter. That pays your utilities, it pays for your art supplies, etc. It gets it out there. It's a nice print, etc. But it's not the big banana, but it gets you out there. Especially with you do your roosters, etc. They're very whimsical and fun. And if you're, especially galleries here, don't even think galleries. We're talking about fine, maybe nice gift shops in the hotels. They have bins. Don't they have art bins here? Okay, so that's it. You know, people doing a very good living, and that's their bread and butter. And I love bread and butters. These bread and butter is something that takes none of your energy. It's done. You can even hire somebody to put them together. And I do that. They're called home workers or independent contractors. And I speak about that, not with this group so much, but people that are doing multiples and crafts and stuff. I said, always, once you learn how to do everything, hire somebody else to do it. And that way, you can't be spending time home, you know, putting in envelopes and cards and stuff. If you're doing that, you're not using your valuable creative time. So if you have young children, slaves, have them do stuff like that. But basically, always, when you're doing multiples or a project like that for your bread and butters, hire somebody to do that.
Is there a price range that's more?
Well, it depends on Kauai. How much does a housekeeper, a house cleaner get on Kauai? How much?
Like an hour.
Wow, I want to be that. That's right, that's the golden rate, yeah. That's right. So you see, on the Big Island, it's a whole different story. We're talking about they're thrilled to get $10 an hour.
There's people that do CNC programming for computers, for woodworking factories, that, you know, computer an hour, and people are cleaning houses 25 an hour? That's
Yes,
not-
they are.
But I'd rather
My daughter-in-law
I'd rather do something with the
cleans houses for 30, she won't do it for less than 30
Yeah.
an hour.
That's why I brought
Well,
that
it
up.
better be good.
That's what I brought that up. You're living in a high standard of living here, so you're getting people to help you, unlike the big island. You know, I think the most important, my gallery manager is making $14 an hour. She's stoked. Why? Because she walks to work. You know, I'm a great boss. You're creative, etc. You're a great boss, right? What I'm saying about this, to rewind, is when you're doing things like that, your production or your bread and butters, and you can write this down. Everything I design is designed for someone else to do. What a concept. Everything I design is designed for someone else to do. And that has to, so let that sink in. When I did those American Crafts Council shows, and very renowned artists and craftsmen, etc., they have people that help them. That's how you really can make a living. If you're doing every peon little thing, etc., you'll go quite mad, and it's got to be fun. So really think about that. Yeah, go on. Does everyone get it? You grok it? Okay.
Question versus signature versus no signatures.
Talk a little slowly.
Sorry. Signatures versus no signatures.
Yeah.
I was at a frame place once doing my photography, and she's like, oh, by the way, people, when they bring in great photographs, she's like, make sure you sign your photograph, because she said, don't put it on the mat, because people will come in all the time, rip off the mat, and then you're left with just a picture, no signature, we don't know who you are, you're not getting any free advertising. So when you say no signature, that kind of freaks me out.
Well, you know, it's an aesthetic choice. Alicia, it's an aesthetic choice. I don't really like a picture that, if it's done well, an archival mat, etc. I don't really like a photograph sign on the photograph. It might look better on the mat. And a lot of really fine photographers, Ansel Adams does not have a signature on his photography. So it's just the work. On the back, of course, you have all your documentation in the back, but you really don't sign, you know. And this is good. I'm glad you brought this up. Signatures on work. If you look around the room, there's a lot of crappy signatures in this show. That means the artist did something that was really nice, and then they have to sign it. So instead of thinking about all the effort they put into the piece, all of a sudden, oh, I'll just write my name and stuff. It's unprofessional looking. Work on a beautiful signature with what? A magic marker, a crayon, a pencil. Think about signatures when you see beautiful work. How is it signed? This is something that will make or break a sale. If you like the work and then you see, oh, what a crappy, he just kind of threw it out, or, you know, it's smudged or something. That's very